What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV. We're back on Titanfall 2 today to talk about the Grapple Tactical ability. I didn't really get around to completing my week of Titanfall content. I think there was like some Call of Duty news that came out. This was either last week or the week before. There was some Call of Duty news that came out towards the end of the week, and it was kind of like major, so I was trying to cover as much Call of Duty stuff during that fresh like 24-hour period for brand new news as I could. So I kind of got away from my Titanfall week. We're coming back to it again this week. Today we're talking about the Grapple Tactical ability and how this is one of the best tactical abilities, or best grapple abilities I should say. It's one of the best grapple abilities that I've seen in recent video games. A lot of grapple abilities are kind of one-sided in a lot of games. Sometimes you just get to use them whenever. Sometimes you have to play a certain game mode to use them. Sometimes they're just like integrated into your character, but you can only use them in certain areas of the map. So for example, I'll give you two examples of bad grapple abilities in previous games, in recent games that have come out, where the grapple ability just wasn't as special as it is in Titanfall 2. The first example being Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. There was a very special game mode called the Grapple playlist. I believe it came out in one of the DLC playlists, like I think it was DLC 2 or something like that. They introduced Grapple, or DLC 3 or something. It was pretty late in the game, so it was kind of like they missed capitalizing on the grapple ability. There was grapple ability in the campaign mode, I believe, but then when you got into multiplayer, there was no grapple, and then all of a sudden they added it in one DLC playlist, and you could kind of grapple around, and it was only on certain maps, and you could only go to certain ledges. Like, it wasn't just shoot your grappling hook at a wall and suck it. Like, no, you had to grab onto like certain areas or something like that, I think. I can't really remember. I didn't play it all too much because it sucked, to be honest with you. It was a cool idea, and I would really like to see Call of Duty kind of come back to that in a bigger way, having a grapple tactical ability kind of like Titanfall 2 does. But for now, there's nothing that we can really do about the grapple ability in Advanced Warfare. It was in one playlist, and it just wasn't that great. Like, you could use it as an insta-kill. That was really cool. Which is similar to how it acts in Titanfall 2, where you could actually shoot it at an enemy, and if it hit an enemy directly, it was just like insta-kill. It's kind of like a throwing knife. So that was really cool. And the grapple ability, it was just kind of lackluster in that game. The other example that I'd like to provide is Uncharted 4 multiplayer. So Uncharted 4, in the campaign mode, again, you can use your grapple pretty much whenever. You can grapple onto only certain things, however. Like, there's like hooks that you can find that you can grapple onto. I haven't made my Uncharted 4 review yet, and I haven't actually made any multiplayer content yet. I was going to for a little while, but I got away from Uncharted 4. Just all this Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare news and stuff I've been covering for the last little while has taken me away from my original plans for content on this channel. But I was going to post some Uncharted 4 stuff. The thing about the Uncharted 4 grappling hook, like I said, in campaign mode, there are certain like hooks that you can hook onto where it actually gives you a prompt. Like, you'll walk up and it'll show like a little L1 over this hook, or it'll show like the hook symbol saying that you can grapple on that thing. And in multiplayer, they did the exact same thing. So there's only like certain areas that you can grapple to, and it just takes away from the experience of using a grappling hook, because everyone knows where the spots are. Like, the spots are very, very prominent. They show you where you can grapple, and that's how they kind of do it. Like, they're like, this is where you grapple. You have to grapple on this spot. And now everyone knows about that grappling spot. Everyone goes there and they're using their grappling hook there. It takes what's special about a grappling hook away from a grappling hook. In Titanfall 2, grappling hook works a lot different from how it worked in either of those games. Let's talk about the grappling hook in Titanfall 2. This is a tactical ability that you can use in any game mode at any time. It does kind of overheat or something like that. Like, you can only use it so often, and then I think you get like 2 shots with the grappling hook, like 2 full pulls, and then after that you have to wait for it to charge up again, and then you can use your grappling hook again, which is good. It's a balancing factor, because honestly, if the grappling hook was never ending, you would be very, very powerful at disabling enemy titans. But here are the functionalities of the grappling hook as far as I can remember in Titanfall 2. So one is clearly get to higher places. You can use it, you can hit any kind of object, very, very, like, it's got a pretty good reach, and you can hit any kind of object and use it, and it will just suck you up to whatever high area you're trying to get to. So if you need to get across a ravine, if you need to get to a very high area, this thing is going to be very helpful in doing that. Another thing that's really great about this grappling hook is that you can actually use your momentum to swing with the grappling hook, which is something that isn't really thought of in a game where, like, in I think it was Advanced Warfare, it was strictly hit the thing with your grappling hook and suck directly into that. Uncharted 4's grappling hook was more of a use your momentum and swing kind of grappling hook. This grappling hook does both. You can attach to an object and just suck right into it, or you can use your momentum, push your analog sticks, and actually swing side to side, and you will swing on this grappling hook, and you can use that momentum to fling yourself through the air, which is really cool. There's actually a map, I believe it's Homestead, which is the large grassy map with a very tall tower in the middle, and what I favor in that map is using the grappling hook, running from one building in my spawn. Say we're playing Hardpoint, I would run from my building on my spawn, jump into the air as far as I can go, out into the middle of the map, grapple to the side of that tower, use my momentum to swing around the tower, and I could launch myself almost directly into the enemy spawn right off the bat. Couple that with the massive shotgun, you get in there and you just blast everybody away like 6-man right off the top. It's a great idea to be able to use this grappling hook in multiple ways. Not only that, but it is able to be used for lethal abilities as well. You can hit enemies with this grappling hook, and instead of insta-killing them like it did in Advanced Warfare, it's going to grab them and it's going to either pull you to them or them to you. I think it's a little bit of both, but you hit them with the grappling hook and you can kind of suck into them and immediately melee them and kill them, which is really cool. That's a really awesome idea. My favorite ability of the grappling hook in this game, however, is using it to disable enemy Titans. Now, like I said earlier, there is a little bit of a balancing factor in that your grappling hook will have a cooldown rate. Once you grapple multiple times, it's going to have to cool down before you can grapple again, and this is the reason why that is in the game. Enemy Titans are no match for a pilot with grapple ability, because what you can do is grapple directly to a Titan, especially if you're behind him. If you grapple in the front of an enemy Titan and you start sucking yourself into him, he might melee you at the last second and just like knock your socks off. But what you can do is grapple an enemy Titan either from above or from behind and suck up onto the enemy Titan, start pulling his batteries out and stuff, and start throwing the frags into his battery hole or whatever that you do to disable these enemy Titans. You can take Titans out very, very quickly. If you have like 2 or 3 pilots all working in conjuncture, yeah, all working together as conjuncture. Yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. But if you get like 3 pilots all working together and you kind of all try to take down a single Titan at once, this is like unparalleled for taking out enemy Titans. You all just take turns grappling to him and he's helpless. You cannot stop an enemy that is on top of your Titan without getting out of your Titan, and most people will not get out of their Titan because the second you get out, you can just stand on their Titan and hose them down. So what you can do is just kind of keep jumping on enemy Titans, grapple to them, throw your frags in or pull out their batteries, whatever, and then you'll actually jump off of the Titan. And here's where it's so special. Here's why the grappling hook has a cooldown. Once you jump off of a Titan, you can immediately grapple back to that Titan. So you can kind of grapple to him, get on top of him, pull out his battery, jump off, grapple to him again, pull yourself onto him and throw a frag in his battery, and then your grappling hook will actually have to cool down, so then the next pilot can come in and take him out as well. So it's very, very cool ability. Grappling hook works so well in this game. I think it's probably one of the best tactical abilities in the game, apart from Stim. I do believe Stim will be getting a nerf because it's just incredibly overpowered. So I do think it's going to be getting a nerf for the full game, which means that Grapple might become my most used ability, which I'm looking forward to. I think the grappling hook ability in this game is absolutely crazy. Tell me what you think about the grappling hook ability in Titanfall 2 if you did play the pre-alpha tech test. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, if you agree with anything you heard here, and subscribe for more daily gaming goodness if you haven't already. I don't know if I'm going to do a Call of Duty video today. I'm trying to do all my first look reticles kind of right now, so I may do a recon black market first look reticles video, but those videos take a little bit of time to work out, so I may be doing it, I may not be doing it. I'm trying to get some DLC 4 gameplay so I can actually make a video on that as well. I really want to make a video on it. It's just that I play mostly Search and Destroy and Hardcore now, and I never really seem to find any DLC formats. But when I do, I'll make a video on them, and you guys will know about that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.